Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Do I make you randy? Yeah.
Hello my darlings, and welcome to Strange Desires, the vlog where romance gets weird and feelings get complicated. Today we will be talking about two books, one of which is Sky Daddy by Kate Folk, where one woman says, yes, I do want to marry a Boeing 737. I said Boeing really weird there, didn't I? Boeing 737. And J.G. Ballard's Crash, where eroticism meets airbags in the most Freudian way possible. Buckle up, bitches. This one's going to get turbulent. I feel like I do have to have a trigger warning for this vlog. It involves certain sexual fetishes, so be forewarned. We'll start with Sky Daddy by Kate Folk. Love is in the air, literally. Meet Linda, your average overworked content moderator living in a glorified storage unit in San Francisco. She resents her denim jacket because it's never doubted its own worthiness. She's exhausted, chronically online, and, oh yeah, madly in love with an aeroplane. The plane is big, hot, and vibrates. I mean, what more could you ask for? Linda's obsession begins when she is a child traveling with her parents and they hit turbulence and she experiences her first orgasm. Her obsession grows in the vacuum of deep isolation because she's living in a garage, trapped in a soul-numbing content moderation job where she has to delete abusive comments, and her emotional life gets rerouted into fantasy because her reality is offering her so little warmth. Her monthly flights aren't just journeys, guys, they're dates with her beloved aircraft. However, she's aware that her idea of love isn't conventional nor accepted by society, so to fit in better, she pretends she actually wants to date a pilot, but really, she just wants to ride their mode of transportation. She may be delulu, but she ain't malicious. Although she would never intentionally cause a plane to crash, her overall aim is to forever unite with her beloved plane in a wreckage of fire and death, because she believes if the plane chooses her as its beloved, the only way to be united in holy matrimony is in a plane crash. So I feel like the novel satirizes modern dating, workplace culture, and the quest for connection in a very disjointed world. I feel like it also highlights the fear of being discovered, of hiding a part of you that you believe others would judge or condemn should they find out. If your desires don't align with what's considered normal, you are demonized for it. And should you be found out, you will most likely be cast out. So I feel like this novel doesn't just use like aerosexuality as the gimmick or the grab. I feel like it's using it to explore loneliness, longing, and identity in the digital age. Besides the sexuality aspect, it also delves into friendship, the nuances of it, as well as vulnerability in general. I thought it was okay. I have zero interest in aeroplanes, and they are talked about quite incessantly because they are the focus of her obsession. So I don't think I was the right reader for it, but I also feel like Linda might be neurodivergent coded as well, not just having a sexual fetish, but be also somewhere on the spectrum in how she relates and interacts with others and even her own processes of understanding the world around her. So the next book is Crash by J.G. Ballard. Sex and car crashes. Buckle up, guys. This one is wild. This is a disturbing, erotic, and strangely clinical novel about people who get turned on by car crashes. So you have a guy named Ballard, and yes, the main character has the same name as the author, because why not? And he survives a car crash and then falls into a group of people who find vehicular accidents sexually stimulating. Not in a fast cars are kind of hot way, but in the shattered blood splattered across the windshield is foreplay kind of way. And the leader of this group is named Vaughn, and he has a fetish for fender benders. The prose is icy, repetitive, and almost robotic. So there are sentences like, penis pressing into the steering wheel. He ejaculated at the sight of the gear lever embedded in her thigh. There's no plot in the traditional sense. It's just a slow motion crash of technology, desire, and body horror that gets more disturbing the more seriously it takes itself, which is quite seriously. The characters in it are drawn to the spectacle of violence, the aesthetics of destruction, and finding sexual meaning in what most people would consider horrifying. Till death or dashboard impact do us part, I guess. The book is about the eroticization of destruction, but also it's about people having sex in cars. Like a lot. In very graphic detail. The amount of sexual words in this is sky high, especially words like smegma and pubis. If you don't want to hear every sexual word known to man, I probably wouldn't read this book because they are used generously. Everything in this book is sexualized. Everything, especially women. For me, the shock factor of the book, because this is one of those books that you can tell is written to be shocking, it wore off quickly because you are waterboarded with it from the first chapter. I felt like this book is just one long, perverted, masturbatory fantasy that unfortunately poor Elizabeth Taylor has been dragged into. Why? I really did not like this book. This was not my jam, guys. I don't get the point of it. It was way too long as well. It could have been cut down for what it was and what it was trying to do. I think it's definitely divisive. You'll either love it or hate it. I highly doubt anybody would think, oh, it was okay. But to sum up both of the books that I read for this Strange Desires reading vlog, I am going to end it with the definitions of the type of sexuality they both feature. So we start with Sky Daddy by Kate Folk, and that features aerosexuality, which falls under the broader category. Why can I not talk today? Which falls under the broader category of objectum sexuality, where people are romantically or sexually attracted to inanimate objects. Bridges, roller coasters, fences, and yes, the plane. One famous example of this is Erica Eiffel, who famously married the Eiffel Tower in 2007. Then we have Crash by J.G. Ballard, and this features symphorophilia, which is a paraphilia in which sexual arousal is derived from witnessing, staging, or imagining accidents, disasters, and catastrophes, most commonly car crashes. Its origin was coined by sexologist John Money in the 1970s from the Greek word symphora, disaster, and philia, love. So what have we learned today, guys? That desire knows no bounds, not between people and not between bodies and machines. Whether you're into big aeroplanes or mangled sedans, Sky Daddy and Crash are here to remind us. If it feels wrong, you're probably reading the right book. Let me know in the comments what's the weirdest crush you've had. No judgment, only curiosity, and depending on your answer, maybe slight concern. I almost forgot, I am wearing a perfume today, and today's perfume is Lovers by The Maker. So this has green fig and Madagascar black pepper, and they collide with this very earthy sweetness and spice. The fig does lean a bit green for me, but it is evoking sort of a crushed leaf, sun-warmed pulp kind of vibe. And then the pepper adds a dryness. There's an undercurrent of vanilla. It's subtle but plush, and it's hinting at a creamy depth. When it settles, you get to its core, which is jasmine, sambuc, and narcissus. And they ride aside along a very buttery suede accord. The florals then play against the cedarwood, which grounds it with a very resinous dryness. It smells like the memory of intimacy, like warm skin after closeness. The dry down is what lingers with this one, and that is sandalwood, vetiver, oud, and musk. It's very woody and sensual, and I would consider this a unisex fragrance. The first thing that came to my mind when I smelt this was that iconic image of Kate Moss and Marky Mark in the CK1 ads. This is a scent that feels like the warmth of someone close. It's quite intimate, and it's a slow burn perfume where tension hums beneath the surface and desire simmers instead of boiling over. So if I was going to pair this one with a book, I want an everyday love kind of romance book. So I've gone with Normal People by Sally Rooney, which I didn't enjoy. However, it is a very aching love story that's told in glances, missed chances, and emotionally loaded silences. It's intelligent and vulnerable, and it's intimacy that both hurts quite a lot and heals. It's messy, it's mundane, and it's just life. And that's what I feel like this scent is To go along with the theme of desire, I am going to be visiting the Museum of Desire today. So I have no idea what I'm in for. I am expecting to see a lot of boobs and kinky shit. So I will take you along. I might not be able to show you everything that's in this Museum of Desire. Like I said, I have no idea what to expect, but that is what we will be delving into today. So I'll see you at the Museum of Desire. Okay, so my car just died. I don't have time to deal with that, to try and get someone to come and jump it or whatever. I am just going to have to hop into an Uber and skedaddle.
Isn't just a place to look, it's a place to feel. We think we might be just your type.
I changed out of my shorts because my ass was hanging out, so that's why I'm wearing jeans and not the shorts.